Video ads allow you to tell a story. Carousel may also you can tell a story, but a user effort is required to swipe. Actually, if we took this in a square format, या तो ingredients गुल हो जा रहा था, right? या यहाँ नीचे से बिस्किट कट जा रहा था.
1:1 goes in feed,
right?
Correct. And story goes in story, correct?
Goes in
and
story.
we know for a fact that जो feed वाली ad है that can still go on story, but the story ad can't go into the feed.
Correct.
So technically, if I look at it from this way, for every 100 rupees that I'm spending on chai wala audience, I'm making 77 rupees. But in these cases, I'm losing a lot much.
Got it.
And we have spent decent money over there. I will be shutting down both these audiences when we start our campaign. Right now, we need to find out which other audiences which can give us conversion at, maybe at less than 300 rupees or something like that.
And I'll tell you why we got a lot of reach and impressions. The very first transaction you got was from the coffee audience.
Yes.
One transaction that we got, Facebook accelerated on that. But it realized that ये नहीं perform कर रहा है, so it kind of paused it back. That let's say we currently had those 5-6 images and maybe it didn't align with the hyperlocal coffee, foodie, biscuits, dieting and other audiences. So would you give all of the remaining 9 an opportunity with a different creative, or would you just hack and slash? Hello. Very good evening, everyone. Super duper good evening. Let's start by looking at some numbers. All right. Before numbers, let's share a problem. All right. Problem was. So if you remember, we shared in the earlier episodes that if you don't proactively go and clear Facebook's bill, right? Facebook will try to charge you, and even if that charge goes through, your payment goes into processing for 24 hours, right? Now, jab 450 rupees tha, right? Our spending limit was 450 rupees. During those days, I used to proactively go and pay. Lekin jaise limit increase hui, right? That 450 rupees went to 700 rupees, 700 rupees went to 800 rupees, 800 rupees finally went to 1000 rupees, right? Exactly when that happened, for some odd reason, I don't know what, I use Razorpay's corporate credit card, right? They do not require, so if I'm going to pay, they require an OTP. However, I've given them standing instructions to clear Facebook's bill. So when I tried to make the payment, it didn't send me an OTP, right? That OTP didn't happen. I didn't get the OTP. However, when Facebook tried to charge, the bill was getting cleared, right? Ab Facebook 500 rupees, 800 rupees, 500 rupees, 800 rupees, aise kuch charges kar raha. Now, therefore, we have 5 or 6 bills which are currently under process, right? Payment processing. Now, when payments are under processing, this is a standard behavior that we've seen across Europe. Sudhanshu has also shared, Anu has also shared. I've also experienced that Facebook kind of reduces the performance of your ads, right? We did get transactions with our conversion ads, right? However, not as I would have expected it to be, right? Like, again, our daily budget is 2,500 that we set up. However, we can go as high as 5,000, right? Now, as time is passing by, we would have to push our daily budgets higher and higher, right? So that's that. Lekin again, वो saying क्या है कि necessity is the mother of all invention, right? So we are in the space of necessity. We need revenue, right? We need revenue. What we've done is, again, there is a Facebook community. We've discussed this in the past. There's a Facebook community called Gurgaon Foodies. Now, since we are limiting our sales activities to Delhi, NCR, Delhi, Faridabad, Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurgaon, right? Since our like I said, since our marketing activities, our logistic activities are limited to these regions, I've reached out to a community. Again, I've already known them, right? So I've reached out to this community called Gurgaon Foodies, right? And we are going to push our sales via that channel also. They have a fairly large community size, right? I'm guessing somewhere around 30,000, 40,000 people are a part of that community. Very, very, very active community revolving around food, right? So we're going to push our deal over there. Secondly, I have reached out to a mall over here in Gurgaon called Area Mall, right? So I've sent them a proposal. I've sent them a request. I did hear back from them. Hopefully, coming Saturday is when we will be doing our exhibition with them. All right. So we'll keep you posted on that. And we have, of course, we still have our limitations to Facebook ads, but Sudhanshu and Anu, when they join us today, they will share a more detailed analysis on what we plan to do as next steps, right? वो तो गाड़ी अटकने गई थोड़ी slow हो गई, right? I'm guessing that most of our bills will get cleared by tomorrow morning, right? So tomorrow morning onwards, our cycle starts again. Razor Pay, I reached out to their customer support. They generally say that, you know, their chat support goes active at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. onwards, I've been messaging them. They solved my issue. All right. So that OTP wala issue is out of the equation now. All right. So hopefully we should start seeing some transactions. All right. So that's that. Let's look at sales numbers. All right. We're going to look at it from the very beginning. Done. So we started our marketing activity on the 4th of July. On the very first day, we did 239 rupees, right? On the second day, we took it to 3,658. On 6th, we took it to 334. On 7th, we got it to 2,159. 5,251. This is our largest order day. 2,873, followed by 1,738, which happened on Sunday, and 11th is today, and we've seen 2,888, right? That's the revenue that we are looking. Our conversion rates are just fantastic, right? Just fantastic. Our return customers have started flowing in, right? Our average order value is just too good, just too good. This shows that people are ordering 1.5, 1.6 orders per 1.5, 1.6 units per order, right? So that's that, right? So again, here was an update on what has happened in the past 1 week on sales. All right. So that's where we stand. Hey, Sudhanshu, super good evening.
Hey. Evening. Hi, क्या हाल चाल?
भाई आप हिल नहीं रहे, सिर्फ आवाज आ रही है. हाँ, अब ठीक है.
हम हिलना भी शुरू हो जाएंगे. वैसे सब हिला ही रहे. Everybody is just going and I'm just asking ये करो वो करो. So I'm just listening to that only. But anyways, back. Tell me.
Too good. How was your day? How was Monday?
Mondays are like Mondays. I have one term for Mondays called a Khuni Monday.
What Monday?
Khuni Mondays.
Khuni Mondays.
Khuni.
Khuni Mondays.
Mondays are called Khuni Mondays.
Awesome. So Sudhanshu, while Anu is, we are still waiting for Anu, right? Let's start our discussion. 10 हो गए. भाई, क्या हुआ, right? What has happened? Again, your analysis.
Yeah. So analysis at my end is just very simple. What I understood is, first we got into that entire challenge of, Facebook daily account limit spend, right? Where 450, we were stuck at 450 rupees every day. Right. That was a headache. Then we sort that out. Now the next problem is the account threshold level problem, because of which what is happening is, currently the threshold is set at about 1,000 rupees a day. So every time we cross 1,000 rupees, a bill is raised to Facebook and that goes into processing.
Correct.
And if it goes into auto processing, as I think I just explained everyone, it takes almost about 24 hours to reflect.
That's right.
Correct. Having said that, the problem which I see, the challenge I see is every time we are spending more than 1,000 rupees, everything is going to processing. We have at least about 8 bills currently standing in processing, right? That's where delivery is becoming a problem because Facebook is seeing that, okay, this account is spending a lot, but it's not making any payments.
Correct.
Right? There are already 8 bills pending, but in reality, we've already paid for these bills, but it will take like 24 hours for those bills to start showing up. Yeah, they have been successfully paid. Having said that, I think those are the challenges that we are facing right now. It's a good thing we are facing those challenges because a lot of people who are opening up Facebook accounts for the first time, ad accounts, for them, they can just learn from our this thing, I won't call it our mistakes, but they can just learn from our experience that, these are the challenges which are there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Having said that, now the next update, I have been on Imran knows this. I don't know whether he shared with you guys or not. I have been on a support chat for the last, I think, more than an hour, right, with the Facebook team. And I'm trying to get the threshold limit changed because the case that I've kept in front of them is that 1,000 rupees is the threshold limit, especially when I want to spend 2,500 rupees every day, right? Doesn't work because you'll be charging me twice in a day. And then it, takes a longer time. So I've tried to get the threshold limit readjusted to 10,000 rupees is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
The good news is that case, I've got that case submitted and everything. That's one. Facebook's generally TAT time for such cases is about 24 hours. That's the TAT. They will come. TAT stands for turnaround time, just in case if anyone is wondering. So that's what the TAT is. Hopefully within 24 hours, they should come back with an answer. And I'm expecting a positive answer. They should increase the limit to 10,000 rupees. If they do that, what happens is that gives me and Imran and all of us some leeway, because then what happens is even if you're spending 2,500 every day, correct? So for the next 4 days, my account won't go into this, they won't charge my account. Absolutely. And that also gives Imran a leeway that, okay, you know what, 2,500 rupees a day, so even if he doesn't make a payment today, he can even make a payment tomorrow or day after tomorrow also. Correct? So all those options are available, right?
Sure.
And yeah, hopefully that should solve some of our problems.
Got it. I'm quickly going to share my screen for everyone to see. Just refreshing my screen. So here is our payments theme, right? This payment, right, was the one that I had tried to make, or Facebook had tried to make. And this had gone into processing, right? However, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I have just been charged 531, and that has moved to Paytm, right? So this is the exact one which got charged like 5 minutes ago, right? Now, if you look at this payment, something that you should also see is, look at the time of this, right? 12:13 p.m. This is when this one was attempted. I have been charged, paise cut chuke, right? Lekin this is still under processing. And till the time this processing doesn't change, right, Facebook will not give you the performance that it should, right? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 payments which are in processing, right? These 2 failed payments are the ones that I had, these 3 payments, 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 payments which I tried to make but didn't get an OTP for this, right? So that's where we are stuck. However, our current spend limit is $1,000, right? That's where we stand. So, acha hai, right? Very rightly, like Sudhanshu said, that jitni takleefein hum log ko aayi, right? That's as much as learning for everyone else, right? This is all that you can experience, each and every hurdle of starting a business, right? So it doesn't get worse than this, or for you, it doesn't get better than this. If you would start a show and simply take it to 5 lakhs, there's no learning in that, right? Failure is what learning is, Awesome. So, Sudhanshu, what's your plan of action, right? We had decided that we'll open one marketing channel, right? That has its own challenges, right? What's going to be your strategy going forward?
So yeah, okay. So next step of action, next step was definitely getting in touch with Facebook to get this threshold, payment threshold increased, right? That has already been initiated. I'm expecting that problem should get resolved by tomorrow. Right?
Right.
But having said that, um, being a marketer, I need to be on my toes that, okay, just in case if this doesn't get solved tomorrow, so then tomorrow I'll set in plan. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. So what we're going to do is, although I still feel, I do have this feeling that Google is still too early, but I think we should open up Google also now. So
Beautiful.
most probably what we should do now is we should just start with, we should also put in some Google ads into place.
Okay.
Okay. While we are, resolving Facebook, we'll put some Google ads also into place, and we'll try to run that also and see if we can get some traffic or transactions from there as well.
Okay. So that's that. So, do you want to set up your Google ads today, or do you want to give Facebook one more day?
I like to give Facebook one more day. I like to, right? Because we had, in fact, what we can do is for this today, which are the audiences active now? Yeah, in fact, we can look at the audiences that we tried, right? Which were the audiences that gave us some, tractions. We'll take some calls also, whether we should shut down a few audiences or not, right? So I think let's do that, right?
Done.
And let's wait till tomorrow, because although Facebook says 24 hours, they generally tend to come back early. Right. So let's say if the Facebook team by tomorrow morning or by tomorrow afternoon, if they come back and they say, you know what, hey, threshold limit removed, it's a 10K and everything, then we are sorted. We are in a good place. Having said that, I'm not saying we won't start Google. We'll still set up Google, but let's see. I mean, let's just wait for it. But for the time being, let's just have a look at what our audiences and how they are working.
Before you start, right? So today we will analyze our ads, what has happened, right? Plus, I have created 3 videos, right?
That's nice.
One out of which I've shared with everyone, but I'm going to share it on screen share for everyone to see. There are 3 ads, 2 15-second ads and 1 30-second ads, 30-second ad, right? Video ads, again, shot by our favorite photographer, Zaira, and edited by your beloved, right? So that's that. We look at those 3 ads that we've created, and then we'll leave it up to Sudhanshu whether he wants to run them as campaigns or no. And of course, we'll analyze, right? So Sudhanshu, before you take on, I'm just going to share my screen again for everyone to see those video ads. That's one video where we are showcasing Ajwain biscuits and Khari biscuit, right? Here is another one. That's our Jeera and Soft. And here is the full video. Those 2 were 15-second ads. This is a 30-second ad. Sudhanshu, what are your views on these ads?
Yeah, they look good.
Okay.
They are looking really good. The first look appealing, no doubt about it. That I'm definitely. It's been shot also nice. Good editing work also. A couple of things. Now I'll just come down to a little bit of the other part of it. The music that we have used in the back, I'm just coming on to the music. That's from where? From Facebook ad library.
No. That's someone playing the guitar of another song.
Oh, I know, but that's where there was a challenge is because I that seemed like a very known tune. This will not be a royalty-free music, I'm assuming.
So if I would take the original song, then it's not royalty free, right? But the guitar player has put it as Creative Commons. So let's say he's put it as Creative Commons.
Okay.
Right. Now I don't know.
Okay. So
question is, can we use this?
so that question will be answered by Facebook when Facebook rejects that. Right. That answer we'll get that answer the moment when we put it into Facebook and Facebook says that this has copyright music.
Correct.
And that will get rejected. So that goes into the chapter. So having that one. So what I would suggest is on a backup note, try to use either Facebook Library Movie or find some royalty-free music and just create one copy just in case if this ad once we put into the system and the ad gets rejected saying that this is copyright music.
Right.
We'll upload it into the system and see.
Correct. I've already uploaded these three in the video library, in the media library, right? So that you don't have
getting uploaded on the media library isn't the fight. The fight is when I put it into the ad campaign, when it goes into the review process.
Done it.
Okay, that's one.
The voice is too loud. उसमें और कुछ है ही नहीं. मतलब it's the ingredients falling and it's a beautiful creative that I think.
We have created a story format. I see that, right? Yes. Why have we not created a 1:1 format also?
I'll share my screen again to exactly answer that. Now, when this was actually being shot, right? If we took this in a square format, या तो ingredients गुल हो जा रहा था, right? या यहाँ नीचे से biscuit कट जा रहा था.
That's because you shot it too close, ना? इसको wide पे shoot करके फिर crop करना.
हाँ, वो भी try किया, लेकिन we are simply not getting the magic of it. Simply not getting it.
Hey, but now my question is this thing: if you put this only on the story, correct?
Right.
So are we saying that 1:1 जो हमारा एक बहुत ही major area of getting us, which is the feed? So there are two. 1:1 goes in feed.
Right.
Correct. And story goes in story. Correct.
Goes in story.
We know for a fact that जो feed वाली ad है, that can still go on story. But the story ad can't go into the feed.
Correct.
So are we saying that just because that thing won't fit into it, we'll purposely leave out a feed, which is a huge chunk of our audience coming in?
Very well said. I think so. I will need 2 days to recreate this, right? And give you a square format video also. Right.
So you might have, that's what I'm saying, you might want to really look into it, because otherwise then what happens is we are leaving out a huge chunk of audience clicks.
In sync with that completely. Got it. SP Mishra ji says my ad was rejected because of music.
It happens. It's a very common thing.
Right.
Especially I've seen this with agencies that when I ask agencies sometimes and we ask them to create an ad and just send it to us, they sometimes use copyright music or music which is which exactly doesn't fall under the Creative Commons license, as we say.
Correct.
And because that happens is the moment you upload it onto Facebook, the ads get rejected on the basis of copyright material found.
Right.
That's generally in the music format. So yeah, quite understandable that happens.
Of course. Got it. I have a question related to WhatsApp promotional campaign. Has anyone tried unique database services? If yes, please share effectiveness. Divya, we'll come to that. I had an ad partially muted by FB due to copyright.
Yeah, could have. And this is not just with Facebook. This happens on YouTube also. When you try to monetize some YouTube content, and if you have any copyright content in that, monetization immediately gets disabled.
Yes. In fact, if everyone has seen 1K Founders ka trailer, right? Our music is a Creative Commons license, this thing, which Harry and team had. So they have a license copy, right? Which they specially purchased for 1K. Ek aa gaya tha claim. There was someone who claimed that music track. thankfully, we were able to submit that copy of license and that claim was removed. So yeah, in sync with that. Got it. Got it. Done hai?
Because this is again careless whisper. Now the thing is, this careless whisper ke itane versions bane हुए हैं ना.
Of
Even
course.
the algorithm, so the algorithm will just recognize, oh, it's careless whisper, ban.
Ban. Sida ban. Of course. Of course. Of course. Done hai. So let's kickstart. Let's kickstart.
Yeah.
Right. Over to you.
Let's do that. Over to me, and I am going to start sharing my screen.
So are we first going to create a new campaign or analyze the existing one?
So we're going to analyze the existing one.
Okay.
Okay. What happened on this campaign? Is everything fine? Off? What happened or not? We'll just have a quick this thing. So having said that, so this was our conversion campaign that we had started. We got 6 purchases from this campaign, by the way. Okay. We spent about 8,800 on this. We got 6. Our cost per result is on the higher side, but we haven't even got into optimization yet. We will get into optimization. Okay. Let me change the report format. We'll just see how many conversions we got. What was the ROS? Right? What is the kind of add to carts we got? We got 59 add to carts from this campaign. Yeah. So that's a lot of retargeting options available to us.
Correct.
Okay, so let's have a quick look. We got about 43,184 reach impressions. We got about 56,000 impressions.
What's the difference? We've answered this in the past, but what's the difference between?
So a reach is a unique person.
Sorry, what's the difference between reach and impressions?
So the difference is a reach is a unique person, the number of people who saw your ad at least once.
Okay.
That's a reach. Impression is the number of times your ad was shown to that same person.
Got it.
So if you take this 56,000, so just for everyone's understanding, opening my calculator here, just to give you guys a quick thing. If you take this 56,045 and if you divide this by 43,184, your answer is 1.29781, which is exactly 1.3.
Got it.
Which is frequency. Right. So basically what it does is how many times did one person see your ad?
Got it. Got it.
So that is what it means. Okay. So reach is always unique. Impressions is always, it can be more than one also.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Answer will always write in the frequency. If you see the frequency, you'll know, okay, what is the answer to that.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Total website purchases that we got was 6. I think we got more than 6, but we got recorded 6, which is fine, not an issue. We'll work with this only 6. We spent about 8,891 rupees on this. Our cost per result is at 1481, which is definitely on the higher side. But once we see the audiences, we'll come to know, okay, which are the ones giving at a good rate, which are the ones which are just spending money with nothing over there.
Absolutely.
We'll just go that. We'll just deep dive this. So just leave this over here for a minute. Unique clicks, we got about 358. 382 were total link clicks is what we got. Out of this 382, 265 people did a landing page view. That means the whole landing page got up. Our CTR is on the lower side of 0.68, but I'll say that's fine. You don't have to think much about this right now. Our CPM is at 158, definitely on the slightly on the higher side, but again, we'll just go deep down and we'll figure out why the CPM is on the higher side. We got 59 add to carts, which is fantastic, I think. And out of those 59 add to carts, we finally got 6 purchases. Having said that, if I have to break this funnel down for everyone, right? Just going to break this one down. Let's just look at this funnel for a minute. The funnel says we got 382 clicks. Okay.
Right.
And out of those clicks, we got 265 page views. Okay. So that means after what people click, almost 70% people came and saw the page when the page got loaded.
Got it.
Okay. That's 70% from click to landing page conversion. Okay. We're just creating a funnel for everyone to understand. Okay.
Sure.
Now from 265, how many people actually did an add to cart? So if you look at it, 59 divided 265. That's almost, 22% people did add to cart. So that means out of 100 people who saw that page, 22 people actually went ahead and added a product to the cart.
Beautiful.
Again,
that's a very high number. That's a very high number.
That's a good number.
It's a very good number.
Yeah, it's a very good number. High or not, I won't comment on that only because I really don't know what are the benchmarks for this industry.
Right.
Right. Maybe Arjun from Nagin Sauce or somebody can give us some inputs on that. But
Sure.
I'm just going to look at it from a perspective that we had 265 landing page views. From that, almost 59 people added to cart.
Right.
Okay. Out of 59, 6 people bought,
That's 10%.
which eventually puts us at a 10% conversion rate.
Correct.
So if I do directly from a landing page, 2.26%. So that's how we are. So from landing, if I do it from a landing page straight to how many people purchase, so we are at a 2.26 version, which is almost near the industry average.
Correct. Correct.
Of conversion rate. From a add to cart to conversion purchase funnel, if you look at it, 10% people have actually converted. So that's a good sign. So we are at a good place.
Right. Right.
It seems we are at a good place. So that means our audience targeting doesn't seem too off.
Correct. Correct.
It seems to be at a right place.
Right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Awesome.
Any questions on this till now?
Yes, there is one question.
Sure.
Was the duplication issue fixed?
Duplication issue, the events duplication issue?
Yes.
Yes, I did some changes. I think that seems to be fixed for the time being.
Okay. 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 Got it. Vijender, that should answer your question. Done it.
Now let's have a look at what happened with the audiences inside. Again, I have sorted this in terms of the audiences which caused the maximum conversion to the ones which didn't get them.
Beautiful. Chai wala audience is the cheapest.
So again, if you look at it, Chai wala audience is where you have got your maximum conversion at 313 rupees.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So this audience is definitely a hit. This audience needs to be there. It seems, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. 50 link clicks, 36 landing page views. This has a 0.95 ka CTR. So again,
this is the highest CTR again.
This is the highest CTR again. So this again proves that this creative with this particular audience is working to be really well because I'm getting a 0.95 CTR, which to a common sense logic that we had applied that, Chai should work better with this. Our CPM cost on this is slightly on the higher side, but again, let's not look at this right now for the time being because CPM is dependent on a lot of things. So right now, let's not go into that. We got 16 add to carts, and out of 16 add to carts, we got 3 conversions. Having said that, if I do a quick math again, just for everyone's understanding, remember overall we got a 10% conversion rate from add to cart to purchases, correct? If I divide this 3 by 16, okay, this is a 18.75%, almost about 19% conversion rate from add to cart to purchases.
Holy shit.
Right. So again, this audience seems to have the best, metric when it comes to with our consumers. And in terms of ROS, this audience, this got the highest in terms of 1.77.
Beautiful.
Also.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So if I look at from all these data points, this audience is definitely a go-to one for our campaign.
It's definitely an audience that requires some attention.
Definitely, it requires attention, and more importantly, this audience will seem to give from this perspective, I'll say, yeah, this audience can get us some good, traffic or transactions over here.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So that's one. So having said that, that's Chai. Second audience that got us was, of course, the hyper local stores one.
Right.
Again, most of these audiences got 111. Okay.
Right.
So that's 774. Right. Unique link kicks 34, 23. CTR is 0.84. Again, forget that. Add to carts are 6 to 1. Again, not a bad conversion rate, still a good conversion rate. 6 to 1 is a very good conversion rate.
Very good conversion rate.
Again, just for everyone's understanding, if you divide 1 by 6, that's almost 16%.
16% conversion.
Yeah, so that's a good, again, at a good place it is. Right.
Yeah. It's a good conversion, but that number is just 1. right?
The number is just one because add to carts were also just 6, right?
Of course.
And if you look at it from another perspective, also an ROS is also on a good size over here at about 0.7.
Absolutely.
Then comes our coffee audience and our foodie audience. Now, this audience, if you look at it, we spend decent amount of money here.
Right.
2,000 rupees and almost about 1,300, 1,250 rupees over here, and about 2,000 rupees over here. Our cost per result is, I mean, right there in front of you guys. From a add to cart perspective, also decent. I won't call it a very good add to carts because just have a look and I'll explain this how this is working. This is going to be. Let me add one metric over here which is missing. Sorry, guys. That will help you understand my maths a little faster.
Beautiful.
Now, the add to cart for my chai audience was 58 rupees.
Beautiful.
Okay. This became 129. This has become 214 rupees, and this at 156 rupees. So this two is definitely on the highest edge. Right. Hence why the ROS is also on the lower side, 0.35 and 0.27.
Correct.
Right. So technically, if I look at it from this way, for every 100 rupees that I'm spending on chai wala audience, I'm making 77 rupees. For this audience, for every 100 rupees that I'm spending, I am losing about 21 rupees.
Right.
But in these cases, I'm losing a lot much.
Got it.
And we have spent decent money over here.
Right.
Having said that, what I would be doing is I will be shutting down both these audiences when we start our campaign.
Yeah.
Right. I'll be shutting it down because they are just eating into the money. Okay. Facebook has pumped enough money into these audiences. Right. Why Facebook has pumped too much of our money also is because we got a lot of reach and a lot of impressions from here.
And I'll tell you why we got a lot of reach and impressions.
Why?
Because very first, this is a CBO campaign. The very first transaction you got was from the coffee audience.
Yes, the very first that we got from coffee. But if you look at it, that is the same transaction and that's it.
Exactly. So when Facebook at a CBO level decided that, I'm pushing these 10, the performed the one transaction that we got, Facebook accelerated on that. But it realized that no, ye nahi perform kar raha hai, so it, it kind of paused it back. Right.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay. So having said that, I think I will most probably shut down coffee and foodie NCR.
Okay.
Right. And as far as the other ones are concerned, right now the add to cart, now I can take a decision on them because like weekly the add to cart is definitely under 100 rupees. Right. These two are again under 200 rupees. Again, online NCR has a very high add to cart at 443 rupees.
Right.
But I'm not taking any decision from them yet. Right. I'll still give them some time because we haven't really spent much on them. Facebook hasn't really spent much on these. So we let these audience be. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down coffee and foodie for sure. That definitely happens.
Okay.
And I'm also going to remove chai from this campaign now.
I was just about to ask that will chai get special preference?
Yes, because now that we know that the chai audience has a better this thing, it got us 3 conversions. We spent a decent amount on it and the per purchase cost is also less. And we are getting good, add to carts at really cheap rates at 58 rupees. This suits our business model.
Got it.
So chai is now going to come out from this campaign because this campaign is a CBO campaign. And if we leave chai inside the CBO campaign, what is going to happen is Facebook again will keep testing with so many audiences. We'll add 10 more audiences. So Facebook will send money to those audiences more and chai may not get enough money, right, to get us those results.
Got it.
Right. So now chai is going to come out of this campaign and chai will create a separate audience for chai.
Got it.
So that is generally how we work even in big organizations when we are testing, 100, 150 audiences or something like that. How we do is when we create this one super campaign where we add in all the audiences on a CBO and, we give it 1 lakh rupees a day.
Wow.
Okay, and CBO is running on and on. We leave it for 3-4 days. After 3-4 days, we come back and we get to see, okay, you know what? These are the multiple audiences that ran. These audiences got us the cheapest add to cars, the cheapest conversions and everything. We pick up those audiences, we turn them into separate campaigns, right? We set them up over there, we set them up for targeting, and then we again go back to CBO and we add more audiences inside that to see what is the kind of result we are getting over there.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Okay, this is what you can say in a simple way. If I tell you, this is process of elimination. You don't know which are your best audiences, you don't know how it works. So the easiest way to do is test multiple audience altogether, and the ones which are working, take them out, create them as separate campaigns and try scaling them up. Okay, and the ones, and while you are scaling them, keep using the CBO technique to find yourself better audiences. That's a way to go about it.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Two questions, and I have one more.
Sure.
First, we'll answer the device question. What is the population size of the audience? I'm guessing, Divya, you're talking about the chai audience.
I think we had already did that, so I'll just share again. I'll just show it to you guys. This is my chai and the population size of chai within Delhi NCR. Remember, we are targeting people only within Delhi NCR, right? It's coming out to be about 31 million to 3. So that's about 3.1 million to about 3.6 million.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Right. So it's a good audience size.
Chota hai. Kaun bolta hai? Beautiful.
So I think it's a good audience size. It isn't a bad audience size. We're targeting pretty well also.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Neha has one more question. How is it calculated? Neha, are you talking about how is add to cost per add to cart calculated? Is that what you're asking? Yes. How is add to cart calculated?
Okay, simple thing. Just pay attention over here. 58 rupees, right? You see 58.78. Okay, 16 add to carts. Very simple. The total amount spent is 940. So if you take, again, just for you, I want to show you. If you take 940 rupees and divide it by 16, there's your answer, 58.75. Here's your answer.
Beautiful.
I hope that clears your doubt.
Neha, all good? Yes. No, I have.
So that's how cost per add to cart is calculated.
Got it. Yes, Neha, that's how it's calculated. Ron Gore says, sure, sir, please show us how to remove chai ad and create special campaign. Ron, we'll just come to that. Usse pehle my question. Sudhanshu, would it be a good thing that you would consider that, let's say we currently had those 5-6 images, right? Those images and that content aligned with the chai ka audience. And maybe it didn't align with the hyperlocal coffee, foodie, biscuits, dieting, and other audiences. So would you give all of the remaining 9 an opportunity with a different creative, or would you just hack and slash?
So because we have creative availables now, like you said, we have video creators coming up, right? So maybe I can give them an opportunity with that as well.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Statistically speaking, video ads perform better than statics for Facebook.
True.
Okay. So now that we are getting video ads, so I'm expecting 2 things. I'm expecting once the video ad come in, I'm expecting maybe the chai audience should perform much better than it is already doing. And the second thing is, yes, I can try the video ads on these existing one and see what happens.
Got it.
Having said that, will my mind change for coffee and foodie? I'm not really sure, right? Because there's another thing also we need to understand. It's very rare. You know, remember we were talking about this in a couple of episodes back. How many people actually eat rusk with their coffee?
So true. So true.
Right. I know we got our first transaction from there. Not denying that. Right. I'm not denying that. But if you look at it, after that, we spent almost 2,000 rupees on it. But we only got that. That was just the one conversion we got. There was nothing else after that.
Right.
Right. So will I give up on coffee so soon? I will have to, because we need to also understand one more thing is also we are running also on a very limited budget.
Of course. Of course.
Okay. So I can't spend, 5,000-6,000 rupees behind one audience just to test whether it's working or not.
So true. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So sometimes, although, like I said, this isn't hard science. I'm being very honest, but this isn't hard science. This is at times as a marketer, you have to take some gut feeling. that yes, when you have limited budgets and you have to take a call, okay, which audience is working, which audience is not working for me. And when you see results like this, that okay, here I'm getting at cost, at about 313 rupees, here I'm getting at 774, then why should I spend 2000 or 1250, right, to get just one transactions?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So I'll have to take a hard call here that yeah, maybe these audiences don't work for me, so I'll shut them down.
And everyone was given an equal opportunity. Everyone has, all of them.
We were using a CBO campaign now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
technically on a CBO, everybody gets an equal opportunity. Facebook decides which is working better for them or not.
Correct. Correct.
But as we can see, Facebook algorithm tried pushing these two both because these two might have got the first audience of the transaction the first time. But as you can see, so if I do an amount spent, if I just sort this amount spent, now you look at it, this was the first one that got a transaction.
Yeah.
This might have been probably the second one.
Second one.
Right. This started getting, so Facebook started pushing it and it got you cheaper transactions at 940 rupees.
Right. Right.
Correct. Then finally the hyper locals guy got you one conversion.
Got it. Got it.
So if you look at it, 700, 750 plus, 750 plus, again 750 plus, 750, 727, right? These two might have got the least budget yet.
Of course.
Okay, but again, if you look at it, why these two must have got the least budget also is because maybe their add to carts and everything were not that much.
Right. Right.
In fact, this particular bugger has the highest add to cart at 443 rupees.
Absolutely. And bakery, the cost per add to cart is lesser than chai. No, it's more than chai.
It's more.
It's a bit more than chai.
Yeah, it's a bit more than chai. So if I do a sort by add to cart, this is the most expensive add to cart, followed by your dieting audience.
Right.
Then your, of course, coffee and books, right? Then biscuits, then foodie, then hyperlocal store, and bakery and chai. So these two seem to be the most relevant in terms of this thing.
Correct.
Okay. So having said that, again, we'll try the video ads on these rest of the audiences that we have. We'll also try the video ad on chai also for sure to get us better conversions. Beautiful. But yes, chai will now graduate out of this pool and will move to a separate campaign.
Beautiful, beautiful. And coffee will drop out or it will continue?
Coffee will drop off, I said. Now I'll have to take that hard call.
Got it.
Right, because I'm not going to see. We have already spent it 2. Like I just said, I spent already 2K on it. Correct. My thought process right now is when I have limited budgets.
Correct.
I will have to take support of data and I'll have to say, okay, yeah, boss, 2000 is the threshold.
Right.
If in 2000 rupees, if this guy is still giving me one transaction, then maybe this audience is not for me.
Is not for me. Correct.
And it's not like we are finished with audiences, boss. We have multiple audiences available on Facebook.
Absolutely.
We can keep experimenting. So maybe we might come back to coffee again, but maybe not now, maybe a little later. Right now, we need to find out which other audiences which can give us conversion at, maybe at less than 300 rupees or something like that.
Absolutely.
Right. Because again, like we said, 300 is also not exactly idle for a business, but this is cheaper than all of this.
Absolutely.
Right. Because again, till the time these 3 customers don't come back and buy it from you, maybe for the 3rd time, your LTV, this money is not going to come out.
Absolutely. So true.
Right.
Got it. In fact, what I was saying is soon, not maybe during season 2, but sometime, right? We will be coming up with garlic breads, right? Stuffed garlic breads, vegetarian again, and they're huge in size. They're huge. They are 1.5 feet long, right? Beautiful, yummy garlic breads. I think so. Garlic breads would be a fantastic audience to try with a coffee audience, right?
Probably.
Or don't know, right? Deepak has one question.
Shoot questions, guys.
Video ads versus carousel, which one is better?
Yeah, again, statistically speaking, video ads seem to perform much better than any other form of ads.
Right.
Okay. Especially when it's a new customer acquisition. So what we have seen in the past is, and after running thousands and thousands of ads, I can come back and tell you this thing that boss, if you're trying to acquire new consumers, video ads always work better. If you're trying to convert, consumers which have come to your website, who have already interacted with your brand, and then you're trying to convert them, then static ads do work.
Got it. I think the reason why video ads, of course, I also have a similar answer. Video ads perform much better than image ads. However, and that is because video ads allow you to tell a story, right? You have like 6 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds to weave a story, right? And that story is not that expressible when it comes to image ads, right? Carousel may also you can tell a story, but a user effort is required to swipe, right? Video may the user doesn't need to do anything, right? They're just watching, right? So that's why I think video ads perform better.
Yeah, but this is simple science also. Now, if you remember, there was a science research which was done, and that's why video ads became a very big hit also. Humans tend to remember what they see and hear.
Of course.
Yeah, they tend to remember more what they see and hear.
And here, correct.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Correct.
that's science, and that's the reason why video ads definitely work much better.
Absolutely.
Sir, in
ad
one,
go for it.
sir, in one ad set, how many interests can we put? As many as you want, yeah. You can put up 100 interests in it. But I would advise doing that.
Don't you have you ever put in 100 interest in one ad set?
I think the maximum that I put in was 15 or 16.
Till the time you reach that sizable audience size, you're okay.
Yeah, because it's not just about the audience size. It is also interest should also match. Now, otherwise you won't even know what worked, what did not work. So so I'll give you a little understanding here. So like when we created that bakery, when we created the bakery wala thing. Okay, I was adding all bakery items into it. Then someone said coffee, put coffee also, put chai also. I said no, I am creating a different ad set for coffee, a different ad set for chai.
Correct.
When we created the coffee wala ad set, we put cappuccino, espresso, coffee beans, Starbucks, everything related to coffee, we put under one this thing.
Correct.
Why we do this is then we come to know whether this entire set is working for us or not.
Absolutely.
Correct. So if in one set, let's say in one set, you add coffee also, you add chai also, you add bakery items also, and let's say that set works for you really well. And tomorrow, let's say you have to give a review to me and ask you, okay, which interest audience is working good for you? If you're able to answer that to me, is tea working better for you? Is coffee working better for you? Or is, bakery working better for you? Will you be able to give me an answer?
No.
I don't think you will be able to. And let's say nothing is working also. And then I say, okay, what is not working? Can you tell me? And you'll be like, this audience set is not working. I said, okay, what in this audience set is not working? And then again, what is not working? Is tea not working? Is coffee not working? Is bakery not working? You'll be confused.
Correct.
Hence, I would suggest always think clearly before even sitting down to Facebook. Think clearly that, okay, you know what, take an Excel sheet and, audience set 1, 2, 3, 4. Plan it out in your head that, 1, 2, 3, 4 audience set. This will be a tea wala set. So all interest related tea will go into this. This is a coffee, put all interest into coffee. This is bakery, put all into bakery. This is beauty, so put all interest into beauty in that. Try sorting it that way. That will be a little easier for you, and then you'll be able to do a simple cross tick. This worked, this did not work. Khatam. You are sorted. Even if you show that Excel to your bosses, or if you're doing this for your own business also, if you just keep that much also, you'll know, this works, this doesn't work. Get lost. Move.
Correct. And when you know, for example, chai works, you can mold your entire communication, your creatives towards chai.
That's true.
But again, for example, if I put coffee, chai, Myntra, Jabong, Amazon, Flipkart in one audience, right? I won't know what to tell them, how to communicate with them, right? Kya photo dale, kya video dale, won't know at all, right? So that's why, the strategy that Anu and Sudhanshu have taken, just fantastic. Can you tell with respect to gifting?
Gifting.
Sorry, I didn't.
What kind of gifting? Yeah, gifting. What type of
that question? यार ये राहुल का सवाल पिछले एपिसोड में भी था. How much profit earning of 1 lakh rupees advertisement?
How much profit earning of 1 lakh?
I'll rephrase that. If you have to make a profit of 1 lakh, right? How much marketing budget should you put?
How do I calculate that? I don't know what your product is. Okay. I don't know what is the margin on your product. Correct. I don't know what your CAG is, right? So since I don't know these things, how can I tell you how much money will you have to spend to earn a profit of 1 lakh rupees?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. So again, Rahul, I've answered this question in the last episode also, right? If your product is very expensive, right? Let's say you're selling a camera, right? Your margin is, and your selling price is, let's say 5,000 bucks. Your cost for selling is 1,000 rupees. Then you've made 4,000 rupees profit. You only need to sell what? 50, 60 of them and you're home, right? Versus if your product is like ours, jahan 200 रुपए का item, 300 रुपए का item, 400 रुपए का item, right? That's the thing. Then you'll practically require 3, 4, 5 months to make that 1 lakh rupee profit.
So Rahul, this is a very there isn't a straight answer to this because I don't know. There are a lot of factors related to knowing what is your profit, because again, profit will also mean what are the other cost inputs also.
Correct.
Like I just said, I don't know what is your product, so I don't know what is your COGS. I don't know how much, what is the kind of margins you have. Is it 10%, 50%, 100%, 200%? I don't know. That's one. Then of course, what is your current CAG? I can't really say that, right? If you ask me a question, how to reduce your CAG, I can still tell you how to reduce your CAG, but I don't know what your current CAG is over there.
Of course.
So until unless all these factors come into play, plus then there are additional costs also, because you're saying you want to make 1 lakh rupees profit. Now, what is this 1 lakh rupee profit? Is it pure play profit, or is it profit in terms of if I'm spending 1 lakh rupees on Facebook ads, I should be making 2 lakh rupees?
Correct.
Right, basically a 2 ROS, right? So if
Right.
you're looking to make something like that, that's a very different game ball to game on again.
Absolutely.
Right.
In fact,
So answering that, we can't answer that until unless we have some things over here. But yeah, if there is something that you're trying to find an answer for, maybe you might want to explain that more in detail, and maybe then we might be able to give you a little, might be able to help you. But
absolutely.
1 lakh rupee profit from Facebook ads, I'm not really sure how to answer that, because I don't know what are we trying to sell, what are we trying to do.
Correct. In fact, in season 1, when we finished our season, we had done a revenue of 5,85,000, jisme profit margin was 22%, right?
So technically we just made about 1 lakh rupees.
1 lakh rupees, right? वो उतना profit हो गया.
But उसमें तुमने cost नहीं लिए होंगे ना बाकी वाले, the cost of Shimu's employees, this, that.
Yeah. Correct.
So you would have not taken that cost. So that exactly is a net profit.
Of course. Go ahead. Done hai ji, done hai. So Sudhanshu, let's start by creating these campaigns for today. Right. The
campaign create कुछ नहीं करना है. I'm going to just bring chai out and put it into another separate campaign.
Done it. And the video ads.
Video ads, I will only start once I get the 1:1.
अरे फिलहाल रील एड तो चालू कर दो यार.
यार रील एड,
क्योंकि रील एड के लिए you need 9:16.
चलो, I'll start some reel ad. I'll see how that goes.
Done.
Okay, I'll put it on a small budget and see, but I'm not putting that into chai.
हाँ.
But अभी मैं Facebook ad कैसे start करूँगा?
ओहो, yeah.
कल
So
तक wait करते हैं.
For everyone, today morning I had disabled, I had paused all our ads because there were 6 transactions that were, there were 6 transactions which are in processing. Facebook was not delivering to its optimum performance, right? So I paused the campaign. I wanted Facebook to clear off all processing, right? एक बार ये processing शुरू हो जाएगा, and of course that OTP वाला issue is also resolved. Then we will get into our action again, right? So that's why that is what Sudhanshu is saying, that even if we create that campaign, we would not enable it, right? So that's that. Sir, अगर budget कम हो तो prepaid store कैसे run कर सकते हैं? Sorry, Yash, didn't understand.
Okay, let's try answering questions right now. I say Yash is saying, we want to understand with personalized gifting. Okay, personalized gifting, I'll tell you sometime. But sir, agar budget come, okay, I didn't get that question. Yes, budget come ho as in what? Budget come of what? Your marketing budget is less. That's okay, not a problem. Even if you're running a Facebook prepaid account, if your marketing budget for the entire month, assuming it's at 10,000 rupees also, you can still run ads on 10,000 rupees.
Correct.
Right. But if you're going to run 10,000 rupees ads, you just need to figure out exactly where do you want to target and how do you want to target. So I would suggest don't go into a broad targeting like pan India or something like that. That won't really make sense. research your audiences, figure out where your audiences are, which are the places where you feel like, okay, these are the places where my audience are going to be. And that's where, you go in and you target them. So for example, assuming, let's say, where do you stay, Yash? Which part of India or where?
Chhattisgarh.
Chhattisgarh, Raipur. Perfect. So let's assume that your main TG who will buy this product, assume karte, is in Chhattisgarh area only. Correct. So you would rather use that 10K focusing within Chhattisgarh itself. You would not want to focus in Delhi, Mumbai right now. Why? Because if you try to focus personalized gifting in Delhi, Mumbai, there's too much of stiff competition over there.
Correct.
Right? A lot of brands are already bidding over there. So you're going to get higher CPMs. You may not be able to sustain because 10,000 rupees, if you divide it by 30 days, it's almost as coming down to, we are talking almost about 300 rupees a day.
Right.
Correct. So 300 rupees a day, you may not be able to sustain over there. So that may not make any sense for you. So having said that, you might want to focus within your city itself, because you'll be able to give them certain things like what we just did, 1-day delivery. Correct. So if you're a personalized guy, if you're personalizing, making the personalized gifts yourself in your own facility or any other place, what you can do is you can give them an option like 1-day delivery in Chhattisgarh.
Beautiful.
Right, Raipur, right? And people feel like, oh, I get a 1-day delivery here. Right. So that just becomes an incentive for them to go on that
I'm
product.
going to pause you for 1 second. I wanted to, yesterday I was spending time with family. I bumped into a lens card store and I asked him if he's got contact lenses for my number. He said, sir, आपका number 2.0 है नहीं, right? आप online order करो. Today morning, I sat down, went on their website, and they said that it's going to get delivered by Thursday. I'm like, Thursday tak kaun rukega, right? And I didn't buy from them. I called up a store near my house, and not lens card store, unbranded store. And I asked him, do you have Bosch and Lomb lenses? He's like, yes. What number you want? I said 2, right? What spherical, this, that, this, that. I sent him a screenshot of my prescription, and that guy delivered it. And he won my business, right? छोटा सा 2000 का ही order था, right? लेकिन that delivery is a very, very, very important factor now. So that's something that you can do very, very easily, very easily. Exactly what Sudhanshu said. Offer certain 10,000 ka marketing budget, and let's say go only local. Go only local. Sudhanshu, please continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, to sum it up, that's the part about it. Right? You can do this. Try doing local and running over there. That might be more feasible for you. And like I said, I assumed that your budget is 10K. I don't know what your budget is. So you can plan according to your budget, right? Yes, you can figure it out how your budget is. If your budget is more than 10K, you can try going on a little higher maybe. But I would suggest, I mean, you see your budget, you figure it out, and you might be, you can figure those out over there.
Absolutely.
Can you suggest a plan for B2B marketing for silver jewelry? Which type of campaign budget? B2B marketing, I didn't really get you. What do you mean by B2B? Are you trying to sell to other corporates? Okay,
yes.
So Pushpa, so basically I'm assuming, and now I'm again making some assumptions, correct me if I'm wrong. You are someone who manufactures jewelry, right? And you want to sell, and you don't want to sell directly to the consumer, you want to sell to other people who sell to the consumer, is what you want to do, correct? Okay, fair enough. So what I would suggest is, what you should do is, you should actually, you can do something. There is a audience set in Facebook called Facebook page admins. Okay. So what you should do is, you should select in your broader interest sets, you should set up all those jewelry and everything. Okay. And you should narrow it down by people who are page admins.
Page admins, beautiful.
Right. So that should take care of your B2B targeting, because then what Facebook will do is, it's going to find people who have interest in jewelry and everything, and people who are page admins. Okay. Right. Now, out of that, not all of them would be owners of jewelry businesses, but 80% would be, 20% would be a lot which may not own a business over there. Right. Absolutely. So that could be there. So you can try doing that and seeing that as that. Second thing you can also do is, there's something in Facebook which says employment title, marketing managers and all that thing. I think jewelry people have something called jewelry designers, and then head of sales jewelry or something. You can select that also. And if I'm not wrong, there's also an option to select jewelry as an industry on Facebook.
Yes, jewelry as an interest is there.
No, not as an interest, as an industry. I think jewelry as an industry is available. If that is also available, I think you can use all of that for your B2B marketing on Facebook. You can try all of that to get yourself, right over there. Okay.
Right.
And I would highly advise, do not try running a traffic campaign. Do a lead gen campaign.
Beautiful.
Because the lead gen campaign, it's a very clear-cut answer. You're trying to find leads for your business, right? So when you're reaching out to these people are not, they don't think that, oh, we will have to go to your website. They feel like, oh, leave my contact details with you. Then you call them and you explain them, okay, you know what, I'm a manufacturer and I'm going to be selling all of this. What do you want to buy? And then you guys can have your conversation and you can figure out how to do it.
Correct.
Because I'm assuming this is going to be B2B sales.
Yes. Pushpa, you know what I would do? I would actually advertise on India Mart. Right, as a B2B seller, India Mart has multiple plans. Go for the highest plan in silver jewelry, in let's say your top, where you think your top customers are there, right? Advertise on silver jewelry. Itna lead aata hai. Oof, wahan se it's madness, right? I over a live show, I just can't tell you about the amount of leads that I know someone gets. It's madness. But India Mart, fantastic place to target B2B customers.
Yeah, if you want to move out of Facebook, then yeah, India Mart is one place. Another beautiful place to get B2B leads is LinkedIn.
So true.
I'm looking at US, UK, Australia market. Oh, LinkedIn and Facebook, any hands down, or rather LinkedIn, hands down, LinkedIn. Expensive, not denying that, but very effective, especially if you're planning the US, UK, and Australia market.
Correct. Like honestly, Sudhanshu, will someone? I'm guessing Pushpa's is a new business, right? Will someone actually purchase silver jewelry from a new business in another geography?
She is not calling herself a D2C brand. She's calling herself a manufacturer. There's a difference. Okay. The difference is I am a D2C brand, right? Simple. I'm a D2C brand who has to sell something. Okay. I'm a jewelry seller, D2C jewelry seller. I am always on the constant lookout for vendors who can supply me stock at good rates.
Beautiful.
And I really don't care whether those guys are new guys or old guys.
Okay.
I really don't care, because my first order to these guys are always going to be something in small amount just to see what is the quality.
Right.
And besides, even before placing an order, I'll always ask for a sample. I mean, Pushpa can correct me if she's working with B2B clients, she would know this. At times, she would have to send maybe a few pieces of samples.
Yes.
So that people can take a call and understand, okay, you know what is the quality and everything. They feel like, yeah, this is good. Correct. And then the rate discussion happens. And then finally, what is the kind of bulk, audience, bulk buying comes in, and then they finally buy. Right. So really, it doesn't matter who that vendor is, whether that vendor is 1 year into the market or 1 month into the market or 10 years into the market. If someone can give me certain thing, which is at a good affordable rate, which I can again sell at a good decent margin, right? I'll go ahead and buy it.
Got it. Makes sense.
Won't make a sense. So yeah, and if Pushpa, you're looking at US, UK, Australia market, I would try Facebook. I'm not saying don't. Facebook can be effective too. Try Facebook for sure, but you can definitely look for LinkedIn for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? It seems there are a lot of questions.
Work for D2C brand.
Can LinkedIn work for D2C brand? Depends. What is the product that you are trying to sell? But I really haven't seen much D2C brands use LinkedIn. So
the one brand that I've seen creating fantastic content on LinkedIn and doing D2C is Neiman's. Neiman's does some fantastic content.
But Neiman's doesn't get orders from LinkedIn. They get orders from Facebook and YouTube and other places.
Correct.
Right. LinkedIn is for a very different purpose. We'll leave it there. But having said that, I'm just going to scroll back up. I think there's some questions that we have missed. People are sending a lot of this. I think we added Yash. I think we've ordered all your questions, answers. We figured out. There's a question by Ruturaj Baliram says 300. What 300 was? I'm sorry, I think I missed your question.
300, I
What
think
is
so. His daily budget is 300.
daily budget is 300? Yeah, the yearly budget is 300. Can we use multiple audience same as you done with daily budget of 300? Yes, you can, but you can't use 10, 12 audiences for sure. Maybe between two audiences, you can do a testing on 300 rupees. Again, 300 rupees is quite a less. I mean, it's not a very high budget. It's a very distinct budget because you won't get any answers from it. 300 rupees could be, or if you divide it into two audiences, you may not get any kind of results.
Absolutely. And we'll just go back to the math, right? Our best performing audience was giving us an add to cart at 58 rupees, right? And after 6 add to carts, we got one transaction.
Right.
So 58 into 6 is 300 plus.
So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. So maybe
transaction
doing, so doing split audiences with 300 might not be a good idea. So avoid that, right?
Avoid that. Avoid that.
My
Rohan,
budget is
this is his fourth time he said that, sir, please remove chai audience and create a separate campaign for it.
okay. I'll just come back to that for a minute, Rohan. I'll just tell you how that is done. Sanjit Chakraborty, I'm assuming, yeah. He says my budget is 30,000 rupees a month and I am from Delhi selling 100% natural multivitamin and fat burner, importing from Peru. Any suggestion on how to structure my campaigns and interest? बड़े खतरनाक जगह है मेरे पास भाई. Okay, 100% natural multivitamin and fat burner importing from Peru. Okay, understood. And any suggestion on how to structure my campaigns and interest?
Can we do one thing? Sanjeev, be a yes or a no. How about we get you on stage more? And you and Sudha, you do it, Sudhanshu will guide you to it. Are you okay with that? Sudhanshu, are you okay with that?
Okay with what? I didn't get you what?
He will come on stage, he'll share a screen, you tell him what to do.
I'll tell him what to do.
Yeah.
I'll tell him which campaign to make and how to structure it.
What structure to create? What structure to create?
Also, we can do it here also. He can come on the chat, we can talk about it. He need not share his screen. We can just talk about it. We can do that. But before we do that, I think that before we do that, we'll just answer Rohan's answer. Rohan, sir, how can we remove chai audience and make a separate campaign for it? Okay, when I say we remove, aisa nahi hai ki I'm going to remove it from there, right? What that means is we create a new campaign and that campaign will only have the chai wala audience set. That's it.
Got it.
Okay, that is what we are doing, Rohan, over here. So I think we had covered how to create a campaign.
Yes.
Right. So when I'm going to create a campaign, so now I'll just create a campaign with just the chai audience.
Got it.
That's it. Nothing else into it. And shut it off over there so that we are not bidding with each other.
Correct.
That's all.
Got it. Which means that if one audience or rather two campaigns with the same audience, right? Exact same audience, it will land up competing. You're competing with yourself then.
You're competing. You are just burning out too much of money on the same audience. It makes no sense.
Got it. Got it.
Right. All right. Okay. Rakesh Jain. Once you have identified your target audience and the creative that resonates with them for Delhi region, can you then reach out to similar audience throughout the country within a week? Yes, we can. Why can't we?
Once you have identified the target audience and the creative that resonates for them for Delhi region, can you reach out to them through the audience? Of course, absolutely.
It's easy, yeah. Yeah, Rakesh. So Delhi is a subset of India, na?
Correct.
Okay, you guys remember maths? I mean, I'm sure okay, even I wasn't very good at maths, but you guys remember maths? There was something called subsets.
Yes.
Right. Subsets are part of, a larger set. Okay. So assuming India is the largest set, right? Delhi is a subset of India.
Correct.
Similarly, Mumbai is a subset of India. Okay. And having said that, if one subset, so there are, see, when it comes to tea, whether you go to Delhi, whether you go to Mumbai, whether you go to Maharashtra, whether you go to Bhopal, whether you go anywhere, tea and biscuit is very common.
Correct.
Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
I mean, people having biscuit with their tea or people having rusk with their tea, there's enough data to see that, yeah, that's a very common thing.
Of course.
Okay. So that same logic will apply most of the India. It may not apply down south because tea isn't drank in down south that much as coffee is done.
Right.
And with coffee, generally people don't eat biscuits or rusk.
Correct.
Right. So maybe that logic doesn't apply there, but in other areas, part of India, it does apply. So having said that, yeah, so Delhi is a subset of it. So if something works here, and if I want to replicate it immediately pan India, I can. I don't see a challenge in that. It can be very much done this, right? So I guess that answers you, Rakesh. Rohan, okay, Rohan is sorted. I think Rohan's got the answer. What we're going to do. In case you still have any doubts, Rohan, don't worry. Just go back and see the episode where we said, how we create campaigns. Still, if you have doubt, leave us a message. We'll try to maybe, sort your doubts in some other way. Okay.
For sure.
Is it feasible to sell heavy items like metal wall arts through e-commerce?
Yeah.
Average product weight of approx is 5 kg.
Volumetric weight, na? Volumetric weight, bhai.
What will be your shipping cost? 5 kg into volumetric kar lo yaar. Shipping cost will be what?
And bach jayega.
No, but do a quick calculation. What would be the size of your box? The way?
$52 by 26 by 2 inches. Wow.
Dude, your shipping cost will be crazily high. But I'm guessing your selling price will also be pretty high. I'm assuming that. Is it? What's your average ASP? 5K. Your average ASP is 5K, but at 52 into 26 into 2 inches, what is your shipping cost that generally comes?
Approximately 5K. 1500.
Approximately 1500 rupees. So basically your takes
approximately 1500. Sorry. Yeah.
Approximately 1500 rupees, right? So 1500 rupees is your shipping cost and 5K is this thing. So consumers are basically, you're trying to sell consumers rupees, because I'm assuming you're not absorbing that 1500 rupees into your own 5K cost. Because if you are, I really want to know what your margins are. I really want to know what your margins are there. But having said that, see again, is it feasible to sell such heavy items through e-commerce? The answer is yes, you can, because all sorts of audiences are available. It's not like people don't buy expensive stuff through online. They do. After all, you have your DKNYs of the world and your other people of the world selling 20,000-30,000 rupees worth products also. Forget that. Amazon is selling sofa sets on Amazon. Yeah. You can go and buy a sofa from Amazon. You can buy a bloody fridge from Amazon. Everything is great. Yeah, you're right, Rajesh. Furniture is there, fridge is there, TV is there. You can buy a 1 lakh rupee TV from Amazon.
Correct.
So yeah, we buy even washing machines. You're right, guys. So yes, the answer is yes. Is it feasible to sell heavy items like metal wallas? Yes, it is feasible. You can sell through e-commerce. The only thing is, how much will it sell? I really don't have an answer to it. Right? You will have to just sit, experiment, and figure out who are your audiences who buy this thing. Who are the people who would come out and shell out that much money for art and buy the product? You'll have to do a lot of experiment. So that's my answer from that. I really can't really give you that. If you want to know, should I try selling online? Yes, definitely do try. It's a very big market, and I'm sure yours is a very niche product, like you just said, right? So it's a niche product. There would be some audience definitely out there who would be interested in buying such a niche product.
Correct.
Okay. So I think that answers most of the.
That answers all our questions for the evening.
Yeah. What is just one Yashka question? I just have answered that. What is the ideal daily budget for prepaid store? There is no such thing called, okay, guys, there's no such thing called an ideal prepaid budget, or there's no such thing called an ideal budget. There's no such thing. It all depends. What is your objective? What is it that you guys are trying to achieve? And how much marketing spend do you really want to do? Right? There's no such thing called an ideal budget, right? If there are certain things that I might want to do. I mean, it all depends. I might want to. It all depends. Okay, if my target is, just assuming, let's say if my target is, right, if I want to do say 1,000 transactions in a day, my marketing budget versus doing 1,000 transactions in a day are going to be directly proportional to it.
Correct.
So I can't say that on 300 rupees, I'll do 1,000 transactions in a day.
Of course.
I can't, right? So I might take an assumption for every transaction, I'll be spending close to about 500 rupees. So 500 into 1,000 transactions, that's 5 lakh rupees a day. So I will have to spend 5 lakh rupees a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, guys, there's no such thing called an ideal budget. There's no such thing called as an ideal this thing. You can do an Instagram ad for as cheap as 40 bucks also a day.
Correct.
40 rupees a day also. Right. So it all depends upon what is your objective, what is it that you're trying to do, and what is it that you're trying to achieve out of it will give you an answer. So if you're trying to tell me, I want to get, 500 transactions in a month. So do your maths, yeah. If you want to do 500 transactions a month, and if you think your CAC is on slightly on the higher side, so multiply that CAC with your transactions, you know what kind of a marketing budget you have to do. You can't come back saying that, oh, I'm only going to spend 300 rupees a day, but I want 500 transactions in a month. That's not a realistic answer. And nobody can do that for you. Trust me, even after spending years into this field and after spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees here and there, even I can't do that.
Correct.
Right? So think about it, guys.
Rituraj says, Sanjeet question is not answered. Please help.
Yeah, we'll do that now. I mean, after answering everything, we'll do Sanjeet's this thing now. For sure, Rituraj.
Have sold as far as A and N. However, returns eat up into margins. Try figure out how to reduce returns RTOs. Very right. Very beautiful point, Divay. In fact, in episode number 5, we spoke with Shashank from Shiprocket, and I specifically removed one piece of it and put it in highlights, which is a smaller video format of 1K, saying that will returns kill your profit? Yes, it will kill your profit. If you don't find a solution, your returns will kill your profit. Sir, just one question. Choose not to answer.
Sorry, Rohan, I can't answer that.
How much did health card spend daily on ads?
Can't answer that, bro. Sorry. Can't answer that.
अरे भाई अपने धंधे का ध्यान रखते हैं रोहन.
Can't answer that.
इतना बढ़िया शो बना रहे हैं. This is disappointing. इतना बढ़िया शो.
How much should be the profit margin for a new cloth brand? Bhagwan, how much should be the profit margin for new brand? Try looking at least a minimum of say about 150% plus. Okay. Again, how much profit should be there on a new cloth brand? Can't answer that just saying that 150, 85, 90, 2000% nahi keh sakta. Why again? What is it that are you trying to sell? T-shirts? Are you trying to sell caps? Are you trying to sell jeans? Are you trying to sell underwears? Too many things. Second, you need to have good profit margins over here. And why is a very simple answer. This is a bloody bloodbath.
So true.
Okay. On my phone right now, on my browser, no kidding, guys, I can show you. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this or not. I can show you multiple clothing brands websites which are open because I love t-shirts, especially t-shirts like which have something written. So there's this brand called Awesome. If it loads up, right? Okay. So there's this brand called Awesome. Love their prints, love their shoes. They sell t-shirts for as cheap as 899 rupees. Okay. Then there's another brand called Air Crew. They sell these solid t-shirts for as low as 300 bucks.
Wow.
Okay. So this is a bloody bloodbath industry. So if you're planning to get into this business and if you're planning to spend marketing dollars over here, you need to have a very good GM because your marketing is going to eat up a huge chunk of your GM. So if I have to answer that in a mathematical way, assume you're going to sell your product for 100 rupees. Okay. And if marketing is going to eat out 50 rupees from that 100, so that's cost 50 rupees, right? So if you have to make, say, 20 rupees profit, so what should be your costs of your product, including your other costs and everything? It should not exceed more than 30 bucks.
Got it.
So it's a bloodbath, solid bloodbath. So you should actually think that, okay, how much when you're saying how much margin I need for cloth brand, it again, till the time I don't know what you're trying to sell, but again, I'm telling you, just think about it from a perspective. You're getting into a bloodbath and you're not even getting into a gunfight with a knife. You might be getting into almost as big as I would say a bazooka fight, because there are multiple clothing brands And forget all these money. Amazon is trying to sell Amazon fashion. Flipkart is really trying to sell Flipkart fashion. There are multiple players in this industry. So just think, but again, not a bad industry to get into because the demand is so high, right? You will definitely make money from here, right? Not denying that also, you make a lot of money, but again, you'll have to spend a lot on marketing. So think from that place.
Got it. How Shimus is selling? Shimus is selling via Instagram ads, Facebook ads. I think so. They've also started Google ads now. And email, Zoko, WhatsApp, all channels fired. All channels fired. They're doing fantastically well.
Paid ads या influencer marketing करे अगर budget 10K है तो यार again objective क्या है?
मैं उसका जवाब देता हूँ. Based on what I experienced today, right? अरे expectation तो sale का ही है भाई. I'll answer that question. Today, today I actually wanted to do an influencer discovery session with everyone. So I have received my Qoruz account from Qoruz, right? And I wanted to look for influencers, but I was like, boss, which influencer should I reach out to? Till half an hour ago, I didn't know whom to reach out to. But after what Sudhanshu has explained, right? Chai audience, coffee audience, your bakery products, your hyper local vendors. Now I have clarity that I need to reach out to the chai influencers because chai is performing well for Browntown. Let's reach out to tea influencers that speak about chai point, and things like those. And I will ask them to collaborate with Browntown. That's the strategy that I would take. So run your paid ads. Again, this is just what I experienced today. Run your paid ads, see which audience is working. Based on the audience that is working, go and partner with the respective influencer. So step by step, it's not this or that. You have to do both. It's just which one comes first after what.
So again, right. What Imran said, that's one way about going it. And yeah, again, influencer marketing, only get into influencer marketing if you really know that your product will sell through influencer marketing. Because influencers do not guarantee sales, guys.
Correct.
Heads up, guys, influencers do not guarantee your sale. Okay. So if you're doing an influencer marketing, the whole idea is that the influencer should be so influential or dominant that when they talk about your brand, right, people recall your brand.
Correct.
Right. And then you might have some. So influencer marketing is more about brand building. Sales lana hai, influencer marketing. If you're thinking of getting sales via influencer marketing, I would suggest that's not a good idea.
Yeah, completely agree. Influencers content expectation कर सकते हैं, लेकिन not sales.
Chalo, having said that, I think I'll stop the Q&A over here. Do you just have one thing left?
Yes.
Do multivitamin products, supplement products sold through influencer? Do multivitamin products, supplement product can be sold through marketing? Yeah, depends. Kaisa influencer hai. Again, it depends. If you're going to use someone like a gym influencer, a guy who's, six-pack abs, bodybuilder, huge biceps and triceps and everything, and that guy is using multivitamins, and he says, this is a multivitamin that I eat on a regular basis, which helps me with my triceps and all that and everything. Yeah, other people might follow.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think there are enough examples of this. Oh, who's this influencer who just recently got even arrested? Who's also a gym influencer and a pilot. Noida mein rehta hai. Gaurav, ha, Flying Beast. Who was an Indigo? Ha, Taneja, right? Flying Beast. Yes, Flying Beast. The guy, that guy, if you see, he's an Indigo, I think was a pilot, right? And he's also an influencer, and he's a gym fitness influencer. And I've met that guy personally also. So yes, he does have a very huge body, huge. And he definitely spends a lot of time in gym.
Of course.
Right. In fact, he's the kind of person I would ask question. I might take an inspiration from, okay, you know what should I do in the gym? Yeah, what should I do in a gym? Why? Because when you look at this guy and you feel like, oh shit, this guy spends a lot of time in gym. So people follow him. That's the reason why, he's got so many followers. That's the reason why even, 144 section imposed in Noida, and he called it in his fans to celebrate his birthday. All of them showed up, and now he's celebrating his birthday in jail. It's a different story. I mean, okay, it's a funny thing. I mean, let's not make fun about it. I think that was very highly irresponsible of him of trying to pull off a stunt like this, especially when there was Section 144 imposed in Noida.
Of course.
Okay, so that's a very bad thing. What he did is, but coming back to the topic is, he came into this. If there's an influencer like this, just answering your question is, Ruturaj, if there are someone who is influencer like him, and if he says, yeah, I eat these supplements, people will believe him because they look at him and they're like, yes, I want those six packs ab. Right? So yeah, those are the guys of people you can look into it.
Yash asks, have you interacted with Flying Beast?
Sorry?
Have you interacted with Flying Beast?
Yes, I have. I have interacted with him. I just said that sometime back I had interacted with him. So I met him. I met him in one of those conferences where he had come in as he was one of the speakers, right? I was on a different topic. I was a speaker on a different topic. He was a speaker on a different topic. He was there, so we met over there. We spoke, and like I said, I saw him. I met him, and I realized, yes, this guy definitely spends a lot of time in gym, a lot. And at times, I really wanted to ask this guy, when तेरे को plane उड़ाने का time कब मिलता था? तेरे को दिखता नहीं है. But yeah. Does custom t-shirt business works good with B2B or B2C? Again, yeah, it's just a TG. It all depends who you want to sell. There's no, okay, guys, there's no correct answer. Will this work with this or will this not work with this? Till that time,
मतलब आज का question है ना सब वैसा है, right? Again, see, I'm wearing a God knows what brand t-shirt. Would I want to wear a 1K ka t-shirt? Absolutely, right? Am I looking for it? No. But if that ad comes in front of me, get 10 1K founders t-shirts made and delivered to your house, definitely go for it. Lekin, so explore, right? So that's what it is. Yes, Sanjeet, I will also buy it.
Yeah, of course, you guys will buy, but I'm just saying whether this business will work on B2B or whether it's working on B2C. Again, custom t-shirt businesses, there are plenty in the market, and they are working. It's not like they are not. I can, if I remember a couple of them, there was this brand called once a Vista Print or something like that online, where you could, print your visiting cards and even your t-shirts.
Correct.
And everything, right? You could do that. So that was there, right? So you could do that. There are other brands also which allow you to do, customized. If you right now go to Google and open and just do a quick search, customized t-shirt printing, you'll find plenty of websites which allow you to do that, right? So yeah, why not? Why won't it work in B2C? It can work on B2C. It all, like I said, it all depends which is the TG that you're going after.
Correct.
But again, apparel, like I said, is a bloodbath. So you guys are.
Absolutely.
Kindly throw some light if plans like these work. What is unique
data? No, we are not looking at that.
I have no idea what that is.
We don't talk about spamming and bulk SMSs and all of that. Yeah, we don't. We are not interested. Like I said from day one, we are doing ethical business, right? Spamming नहीं कर रहे हैं. हम, WhatsApp का official partner के साथ we are working, right? We are not purchasing databases and spamming them to buy. Right, that's not ethical business. That's not वो एक महीना लाख रुपए कमा लेगा, दूसरे महीने सब बैंड हो जाए. Don't do that kind of shit. Right, doesn't happen. Right. What is the future of print on demand business? Huge. And yes, the high RTO and exchange. Yes, very high RTO and exchange in the t-shirts business also. Very high. IBR order started delivering in Delhi, NCR, Gurgaon. Yes, absolutely. All of our orders, Delhi, NCR, Gurgaon, I'm guessing 95% of them have been shipped and delivered. Right? That's what we are doing right now. Right? वो है कहानी. Done है भाई, done है. So Sudhanshu, what do we catch up? What's our plan for tomorrow?
So our plan for tomorrow is very simple. We by tomorrow afternoon I have a little clear picture about Facebook, right?
Okay.
If the picture is clear, we'll come back and do that. But otherwise, what our plan for tomorrow is definitely going to be, we will be setting up our Google Ads,
Okay.
right? And at least we'll set up the structure and we'll start running on it, and
Okay.
we'll see how it goes. Because if Facebook starts working, we'll keep Facebook on running, and but Google, we have to eventually have something over there. We'll put it up. We may not start spending a lot on Google, but we might just put some money in Google and see what happens.
Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
right? Because again, Rusk is, I mean, chai is a quite searched on Google also, chai and all that stuff. So maybe we can figure out, maybe something we might figure out from Google as well.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Haven't heard anything on my order. Has it been sent? Shena, you're right here. Please take care of Pushpa's order urgently. Done hai ji. Pushpa will take care of this tomorrow. We'll take care of this. Delhi NCR पर primarily focus है. But yeah, we'll take care of your order tomorrow. Partner with Sudhanshu's tea brand. Absolutely. आएगा. Partnership वाला हफ्ता भी आएगा. Partnership वाला हफ्ता भी आएगा. We'll explore partnership.
सब करेंगे. Don't worry, every time. सब होगा, guys. Business में ना एक चीज बहुत जरूरी है, it's called patience.
Of course. Of course.
मैं तुमको एक चीज बताता हूँ. I mean, just 2 days back, me and my partner had a very big argument on the fact is she wants to go out for a funding round. I'm holding her back from going from a funding round. I say no, she wants to go funding. I say no. And she's been saying this for the last 1 year, funding. And I'm saying no. Bootstrap ही करेंगे, bootstrap पे चलेंगे. Right. It all, it all depends on. So it all depends on, what is your business perspective, what are you looking at it, how are you thinking and things. I know people talk a lot about funding le lo, but what people don't realize is funding is also you're infusing that much of money into your business for happening. I mean, for that example, just take I mean, again, we won't talk much about these things, but we just talk about the ones which are openly out in the market. For example, let's talk Byju's. So much of funding, so much of acquisition, and then so much of layoffs. Right. Byju's is still not a profitable company, right? If we talk about other such brands also out in the market, founder primarily becomes sort of an employee. It's not that he becomes a kind of an employee, but the idea is when there's a funding, and yes, there are a lot of people you are answerable, because there are people who have put money into your business. Okay, right? And whatever money you're earning, right, you're earning for yourself, and you're also earning for them. Right, so you're doing that, yes, because eventually, in people who have invested in your money, in your business, they need to make some money. I mean, at the biggest example, one example that I can give you is where investors made a lot of money, and retail investors like you and me, a lot of people lost a lot of money. Was one example is Paytm. How many people applied for a Paytm IPO over here? And I'm assuming everybody got the Paytm IPO also. Yeah, and out of the Paytm, yeah, LIC, don't worry about LIC. LIC is a long-term this thing. LIC is a 100% profitable company and everything. You will get your money, so you don't have to worry about LIC. But I'm talking about a business like Paytm. Not going to go into stocks division, but a company like Paytm. I don't know why did people apply for its IPO, because what does Paytm do? Can anybody tell me in one line what does Paytm do? One line answer that what is the core business of Paytm? Does anybody know that?
Financial services, payments and wallets.
Somebody will now say movie tickets, then somebody will say problem of Paytm is exactly problem of Paytm is they're doing so many things. They have an e-commerce place also, Paytm Mall, right? They have airline tickets also. They have travel tickets also. They have deals division also. They are doing a wallet service also. They have UPI service also. They're also giving out loans also. Right? When you're doing so many things, right, and you don't have a core defined, where do you grow? Right? So when people were applying for his IPO and everything, I still remember that conversation I had with someone, a very interesting conversation. Paytm, he said, Paytm would be the next big, financial, institution in India. And I'm like, I hope it does, but what does Paytm do now? I really don't know what Paytm is doing now. And that's the reason why I would never, ever, buy a Paytm stock. And from 2,000 rupees, the stock went down like soup. And I think the stock is worth, I think, 600-700 rupees today.
Wow.
So that's a huge this thing.
So
They
there
now
are,
shut down
you
Paytm
know,
Mall due to losses. No, they did not shut down Paytm Mall due to huge losses. They shut down Paytm Mall because Ant, which was the major investor in Paytm Mall, which is supported by Alibaba, they pulled out from there.
loud of it.
Right? Vijay Shekhar Sharma had to buy back their entire share from Ant, and because they moved out from there, hence Paytm Mall had to be shut down because of that.
So back in 2015 to 17, right? It was the age of super apps. There was this new term that was coined, which is called
Which RBI decided to crush, which RBI just decided to crush today, a few days back.
a few days ago.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, RBI is now very clear. There's no such thing called as buy now and pay later. Who are these people who are giving a service called buy now, pay later?
Pay later.
You guys should actually do a Google search on RBI buy now, pay later. You will read this article where RBI is very clear who created this concept of buy now and pay later, because we never approved this. So who are these fintechs who are giving buy now and pay later functionality? So a lot of fintechs are worried damn shit, because their whole idea was they picked up lots of investment from people, investors, that we are going to, have this, and they're like, hold on a second, RBI saying, we never approved such a concept in India. So who the hell is selling you this thing? You're not a bloody bank. You're not a financial institution. So who the hell are you to give buy now and pay later?
Pay later. Too good, too good, too good. Guys, done it.
RBI
12 हो गए. आज के लिए बस करते. आज के लिए बस करते.
आज के लिए बस करते.
So tomorrow, Sudhanshu, will we set up our Google Ads?
Yeah, we'll set up our Google Ads.
Right from, again, we've not created our Google Ads account. We'll go
right. So we'll do everything from the scratch. A lot of people will have some questions. We can answer those questions as we go.
Absolutely. So right from account creation, sign up, setting up our account, GST details, blah, 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 adding our pixel, conversion, and firing our campaigns. We'll be creating 2 types of campaigns tomorrow, search as well as product, right?
Yeah, so there is, we'll definitely be trying search and this thing. There's a very interesting new campaign which Google has just recently introduced. We will talk about it. I don't know whether our ad account will have access to that or not.
Got it.
If it does, then because it will be a new ad account, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Then great. If it does not, then no. Just give you a quick brief about it. There's something called Product Max. There's a campaign type which Google has just introduced called Product Max. Basically, what Product Max does is that if you just create a Product Max campaign, it will automatically try to find the most, get you the maximum conversions on search, display, YouTube. Basically, it's one campaign, right? And it will send your ad everywhere.
Wow. Wow.
So it's a very good concept which Google has created. If we have that in our new ad account, because I think Product Max is still rolling out in India to a lot of accounts.
Got it.
Right. So if it's available, yeah, Performance Max, Performance Max campaign details, same Product Max, Performance Max. So it's there. Let's see if it's available. We'll do that. If not, we'll go ahead with our standard campaigns. So
standard. Done it, bhai. Done it, bhai.
Done it.
Done it, ji. Chaliye. Thank you so much, Sudhanshu. We will see you tomorrow sharp at 10 p.m.
I will also see you tomorrow.
You have some.
Bye-bye.
Awesome, guys. We will catch up tomorrow. However, I'm going to go ahead again. It's super late. I wanted to do this session with everyone, but in the interest of time, in the interest of data, I'm going to go ahead and set up Hotjar by myself. I wanted to do that today in today's episode, but just out of time. All right. So I'm going to set up Hotjar. Very simple implementation. And we'll take that forward. And Hotjar, like I shared, it's a qualitative data analytics tool, right? We'll be able to see video recordings of what people are doing on our website, right? So yes, Sanjit, there are Microsoft, there is Kissmetric, not Kissmetric. What are the other one? Crazy Egg. There are a lot of them. I believe that, free versus paid does a far better job than free ones, right? So we'll focus on that, right? And paid wale mein aapko support bhi milta. If there are any questions that you have, there is immediately a customer support that we can reach out to, versus in the free one, not so much. That's that. One more thing I'm going to share tomorrow is I sent out a broadcast message using Zoko over I think so it was on Saturday or Sunday. Yes, it was on Saturday. The open rates and the red rates were out of proportion. I have never seen such high open rates when I compare two tools, right? Your Gmail versus your WhatsApp, right? I've come to a decision point for 1K at least that soon I will stop sending out all emails and we will communicate only via 1K's official business number on WhatsApp, right? I've already had a word with Arjun on this. There is a verification that is required, business verification, which takes a couple of days at Facebook's end. So that's a dependency. But again, this is my own personal choice. I've come to a point where why do email when you can get such open rates, such click rates, such response rates? Why do email? So at least I've come to that point. I'll share more details on that if we have time tomorrow or day after, and we'll take it from there. Done, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you now tomorrow at 10 p.m. where we will set up our Google Ads with Sudhanshu and hopefully Anu as well. And yes, and we will kickstart our session or tomorrow's episode. We'll try to discuss Sanjeet, your point. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. You have a very good evening. Good night. Take care. See you tomorrow.